If you've been watching the videos on my channel recently, you would have noticed that I've been checking out Ableton's push unit and also using Maschine with the scale mode with the Ableton template as well. So I've been seeking the ability to get a really good synth solo into this track that I'm working on. And so this is the end result. I wanted to share it with you. And this has actually been input using Ableton's push. And the reason why I used that on this particular example is because I needed that wider note range, and the scale was actually a little bit different to the one that I tried out on Maschine, and that scale really suited the track. So I've clearly marked it out here. I've got the synth solo occurring at this point, and then the vibe solo over here. So the synth solo was done with push, the vibe solo was done with the Maschine template and the scales mode. And what I wanted to show you is that there's quite a bit of modulation going on here. So I used the ribbon controller, so the one that you move your finger up and down really quickly to create some pitch variation. And one of the main things about doing a solo is that you don't want it to get boring. So there's no point doing lots of short notes. You want to mix it up, short notes, long notes, and also go up and down the scale quite a lot. You can see that there's a gradual rise over this section here, and then there's kind of like an end portion where it all drops down at the end to lead into the next bit. So that's what's going on. So let's take a listen. And I'm going to drop in just a bit before here. Here we go. Yeah, that's it, and I'm really pleased with how it's come out. You may have noticed also that there were some overlapping notes. This is in monophonic mode and it's got legato on, so that means when the new note triggers, it doesn't trigger the envelope from the beginning, it actually just switches the pitch. So that creates a really interesting vibe on there. So I was experimenting with that. You saw also at the section at the end deliberately going down an octave and then back up to create that kind of siren style vibe, and that was with the glide settings on there. So I'll just quickly show you over here on the Moog. You can see over here that the glide is on, and we've also got the bend range I took to maximum, so 12 semitones, and I was using that ribbon slider on push just to get that modulation in there. So I'm really happy with that. I think it sounds great. The only problem is that it's created such an energy at an early point in the track. It's a really tricky thing now to keep some really interesting variation later on. I had planned on doing some vocals, and it hasn't really worked out how I wanted, so I need to actually get in and do another solo, and that's going to take a lot of time. I mean, that piece there, doing that solo, was a lot of kind of stopping, starting, going in and editing what I did. It wasn't literally a live performance, so that took me about 2 hours for just the solo. So you can imagine how much work is going to be required to do the rest, but it's coming on really nicely. Just wanted to show you the end result of that particular section. So that was actually performed in with Ableton's push, and then the mallet section was performed with the Maschine on the Ableton Live Scales template.